Yesterday we discussed a few things about the payment setup in uh, payment setup. So in accounts receivable module, and I mean the O2C cycle in the accounts receivable module, as well as the payment setups like payment days, cash discounts, and everything. As I said, everything will be same as the accounts payable. They will be copied into, or they are the shared forms, except the methods of payments which we have created yesterday. After that, we have created some customer groups, and then the customers, two customer accounts we have created. Today, let us discuss about an important topic called as customer posting profile. So it's a very prominent question in interview. They would expect a good answer from your side when you give the interview. They might ask you logically even. So we know posting profile is a configuration which links the subledger modules to general ledger. So the main accounts related to various actions that you perform in the subledger module, like for the vendors or for the customers. So usually link it to the posting profiles. And accordingly, the main account that you link in the posting profile will be debited and credited whenever a vendor account or a customer account is debited and credited. So that's the prominence of posting profiles. We have created posting profiles in accounts payable module. So let's see how we can create that in the accounts receivable module. I'll just change the legal entity to Reliance. Accounts receivable. In accounts receivable, uh, under setup, we have customer posting profiles here. Accounts receivable, setup, customer posting profiles. Click on customer posting profiles. In the customer posting profile, it's empty form. We have to create a posting profile. It is a compulsory configuration that you should have at least one posting profile in place, and which should be made as a default posting profile. So I'll create one. Just give the name as general posting profile only. General posting profile. Okay. Then you have a selection just like how you have in the accounts payable module. The table selection, group selection, or all selection. Table means you can select a single customer. DMart, Walmart, we have two customers. You can select a single customer and assign a summary account to that customer. Or you can select a group of customers like domestic group or international group. According to the group, you can assign the account. Or you can select all the customers at a time. Then there is no selection because all of them are selected. Then you can assign the summary account. So what usually is a summary account in this module for the customer posting profiles? Okay, so it should be the accounts receivable account. And what is the nature of accounts receivable account, guys? Is it a liability, expense, or asset? What it is? Because receivables are always assets. When somebody have to pay you, or you're ought to receive some money from anybody, so it's a asset. So let's number this asset like this, like 50,000. Accounts receivable asset. Okay, and I'll save this. Along with this, I'll also use this option, do not allow manual entry. So this accounts receivable account is used as an interim account or alias account for customers. So whenever I perform any actions with customers like create invoices or make settlements or payments, then only this account should be affected. I don't want users to manually use this account and post some transactions in general ledger module. So that is why I'm stopping this manual. Do not allow manual entry. I'm enabling this one so that users cannot directly post any transaction to accounts receivable main account. Other than that, it is usually always behind the customers. So whenever you create any transactions for customers, it will get affected. So that's how. Now, let's close this. Here I'll give the same account 1,50,000 which we have created. Accounts receivable account. Then you can give liquidity account for payments, and these all are optional. Liquidity account for payments is cash account actually, or you can give any account related to the customer receipts or liquidity. It will be helpful for cash flow forecast again. Then sales tax prepayments. In case if you are making, if you are receiving advance payments from customers and if you are also accounting sales tax on the prepayment, so this account is considered as sales tax prepayment account, and this will come into picture. The original sales tax account will not be considered. This would be come into picture initially, and it will get reversed upon the invoice being settled to the payment. Then liabilities for discount account. In case if you are allowing any discounts at a situation, so that discount account you would normally assign here. Then, but we anyway have the cash discount accounts which we have already given in the cash discount codes. So that would come into picture. Collection letter sequence. In case if you have any collection letters created in the credit and collection module, so there we can also plan a sequence for that actually. So that can be given here. It's not available because we did not create any from here. And interest code also you can give interest code in the sense if at all this customers marked under here are not paying any amount, not making payments in the proper time, then you can also charge interest for such customers. So for that you have to create some interest codes and you have to link it here. The percentage of interest should be given there and other conditions should be given in the interest code. So that is also again in credit and collections module. So that you can give here. And you have this automatic settlement option. Again, this is guided by a parameter in the accounts receivable parameters. And you have interest to be either interest have to be calculated according to this interest code or not. Yes. And collection letter has to be generated. Yes or no. You can say yes. So that's the option. The only main thing is this account, the summary account or the interim account that we give here. Okay. And you can also create one more posting profile for the advance payments. So just like in the accounts payable, how you created in the same way, you can create a prepayment posting profile. Call it as customer prepayment posting profile. Okay, so you can also give another account here. So now my question is, what kind of account we give here for the customer prepayments or the advance money that we receive from the customers? How do we account it? It's a simple thing, guys. It's a liability because you are receiving advance amount from the customers and you are
Yes,
liable to repay it back if you do not fulfill the order behind that advance payment from the customer. Until that time, you fulfill the order or the complete the service for the customer, you are not liable or that is not your earned income. You are not liable to make it as your earned revenue. You have to book it as a liability and you are always liable to refund it to the customer in case if you could not fulfill the order. So the same way in accounts payable also we have prepayment account which is a asset account. Even though we are paying vendors, we are recording it as a prepayment. Why are we recording it as a prepayment even though we are paying it to the vendors? Because until the vendor fulfills the order, that is just like an asset for us. We have lent some money to someone and they will repay us back if they could not fulfill the order. That is why we record it as an asset. But here we record it as a liability because we are just like borrowing some money from the customers. And if at all we don't fulfill the order, we have to repay the money that we borrowed from the customers. So that is why this is recorded as a liability. So you can create one main account for the same. Create one. Yes, so 2,60,000 suppose. Customer advance payments. Same. Liability. Copy the account, save it, go back, assign the same. For that account also, actually you could have given that do not allow manual entry option. That should also be fair enough if you give that. Automatically it is taking do not allow manual entry, as you can see here. Whenever you have assigned it automatically in the posting profile, this account is covered up as do not allow manual entry account. So that's how we can create two different posting profiles for the purpose. It's not mandatory that you should have two profiles, but for proper recording, yeah, some people will opt for two different posting profiles. So now, since we have created posting profile, let's go and assign the posting profile in the accounts receivable parameters, which is also an important step. So in accounts receivable parameters under setup, under ledger and sales tax, here as you can see, you deal asking you for the posting profile. What is the posting profile for general posting profile? No, the default posting profile you can give as general. And for prepayments, you have it posting profile with prepayment journal voucher. You can select here as prepayment, this one, and you can save it. So for the general things, you give general posting profile, but for prepayments, you give the prepayment posting profile. That's how. Now you can proceed with the transactions of the customer since we have all the configurations in place.